welcome to The Hook. It's a Friday. I am Darren McCarty, four-time Stanley Cup champion, leading the charge here today on this Friday. I hope everybody, draft day, actually very exciting, very exciting. In fact, so exciting that Alex Nedeljkovic, the new goalie acquired in the trade yesterday by Steve Eisman, will be joining us here shortly, just before the 3:30 hour. But as you can see here, joined by one of the finest in journalism and just one of the coolest guys.
You're not
ever.
a journalist.
I'm not mentioning you, Maz. I can't even see you on the open.
I'm not.
Easy. You must have made that open, bro. That was awesome. A lot of love for D-Mac. Maz, Maz, is this your first show or whatever? But Terry Foster's here joining us. Yeah, exactly.
What up? What up, everybody? Happy to be here. I could never get on the hook, and I had to beg, hey, Easy, what I got to do to get on the hook?
Now you're on 3 times in 2 weeks.
Now it's been 3 times in 2 weeks. Well, young fella, you need a few more reps and we'll get you on there, so I'm excited. I'm here again.
But that just goes, Terry, to show is that you're an OG because you put the work in. You just tell me what I got to do to get there.
We didn't want to overwork you.
Some of these kids this time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you're feeling healthy. We're all happy. He's obviously sitting in Pilar's chair. Pilar's still looking for they actually brought in the underground penetrating sonar, I heard, to see if it fell down the drain. She's looking for a wedding ring she lost at the cottage or whatever, and they actually tore the couch apart. Anyways, so she's on that adventure. It sounds
Paul will never be the same.
Sounds like Curse of Oak Island. Obviously, Alex on the ones and twos. Andrew commenting on all social media. Fish in the fishbowl. We got a big day planned. Obviously, today's the kick for crypto going on over at Emagine Theater in Novi. We got Joey and Stick and the gang out there going to bring that live the 4 o'clock hour. But there's a lot of big news to talk about. But before we do, we got to get to the guy who you wouldn't know is on the show unless I told you, Tom Asway with his sports update.
I've been cut out. The update brought to you by our good friends at mybookie.ag, mybookie.com. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward, and you will get your first deposit matched halfway up to $1,000. Tigers start a 6-game road trip tonight in Kansas City. 3 with the Royals and 3 with the Twins. Red-hot Willie Peralta gets the ball for Detroit. Hottest team in baseball. Yes. Put that stat up, Alex. Hottest team in baseball. They won 7 in a row. Look at that, T. They're unbeaten since the All-Star break. 18-9 since June 20th. We're throwing it all out at you. And you ready for this? Just 3 games back of the second-place Indians, or should I say Guardians.
The Guardians.
Cleveland will be known as the Guardians starting next season. What do you think of those
Brother,
those stuff
the Guardians
there,
logo doesn't look bad, but Guardians, that's just something that people in Cleveland know. I guess there's these Guardian-looking guys on the bridge. I don't like it.
Well, I want you to look at the name.
Well,
they kept the D-I-A-N-S in Indians.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
Well, they're going to save a lot of money that way.
See, they saved those letters.
No,
so they're trying to save money.
That's the first thing I noticed is that they went with this. It makes sense that they went with this because it can blend in with the old, and you can't, whether you read it or not. So there's some brilliance behind it. I don't get it.
I wanted the Spiders.
I was going for the Cleveland Fire Rivers.
The Fire Rivers, that's nice.
Oh, the River Fires.
Oh yeah, it's because Lake Erie.
Yes.
I like I like that one. Was there any other better choices?
We don't know.
Yeah, no.
We'll have to have the Diesel on one of these days to break down the names.
I wonder if he's
he just wants a winner.
There you go.
That's all he wants. We'll chat about this later. There's a great hype video that Tom Hanks voices. We're going to play it for you. By the way, the Mets make a trade. They get Rich Hill from the Tampa Bay Rays. Rich Hill, the former Michigan left-hander, he goes to New York, and the Rays get Nelson Cruz from Minnesota, the Tiger Killer. We thought he was going to be safe. We don't have to play him anymore, right? We have 6 games with Tampa Bay before the year is up here in Detroit.
Is Nelson Cruz batting like 900 against the Tigers?
Yeah. He kills them.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty close.
It's Darren's favorite night of the year. Hold on, let me get my sounder. Hold on. Bear with me for a second.
Serenity now!
No, we're going to do... Where is
Serenity now!
Where is it? I love grilled cheese. Which number is it? No, it's not that.
That's a
Your sound's up on my end
That's
if
a
you
sound
ever
of the
find
We're
it.
supposed to be professional
Never mind.
and ready to
Okay.
go.
I'll play it for you later. It was the NFL sounder. I love the draft sound. It's the NHL draft tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN2. By the way, it's going to be just on the computer. Virtual draft. NHL is still doing it that way. Sabres are on the clock. Wings pick 6th, and we'll keep you posted on that. By the way, Wings home opener Thursday, October 14th against. Go ahead, Mac.
Tampa Bay Lightning defending two-time Stanley Cup champions.
You believe that? They get the Lightning at the Little Caesars Arena. Here you go. The big story of the day, and we're going to chat about this in the Big Hook. The founding members of the Big 12, Oklahoma and Texas, are leaving the league. Told you, Fish. They're headed
Something's going to
possibly-
happen where it won't go through.
It's going to go through. Will they go to the SEC? We'll find out. We're going to talk about it. Each team will be on the hook for $80 million just to get out of the Big 12. Opening ceremonies for the Tokyo Games tonight. Naomi Osaka lighting the torch earlier. We'll see it, of course, on a video replay tonight on NBC. Mike Tirico will have it all for you. Lions rookies reporting to camp tomorrow. Saints All-Pro receiver Michael Thomas could miss the start of the season, ankle surgery. And Vikings offensive line coach, run game coordinator Rick Dennison is out because he would not take the COVID vaccine. And as you know, all coaches and staff must be vaccinated to participate on an NFL team. Players,
That's
you still
just
have
being
a
a
choice.
dumbass.
Players, you still have a choice.
Dude, take the shot and keep your job.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Let's do
Devontae
it.
Adams and the Packers, we've been talking about it. They're talking about a long-term deal. No more. They're not. They're not talking about a long-term deal anymore. Let's take you back to 1997. Let's start it off. Greg Maddux throws a complete game. Okay, no big deal. It's a 78-pitch game. That's what's unreal.
Wow.
Red hot Greg Maddux on the mound. A
You can do
6-game winning
math.
streak,
That's less
averaging
than
7
9
innings a
pitches
start.
An inning.
Strike 3 call.
I've seen
Gray
78
Scott
pitch
looking.
innings.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Twin bill to be scheduled. Clark chased one out of the strike zone.
Good thing it looks like
Maddux
it's
has his second
might be
strikeout.
changing just a little bit downtown.
Got him. Changed up. The 0-2 pitch struck him out. A good inning for Maddux. They go on deck.
That should do it. Ground ball to Lemke. He's got it.
Onions!
Has won his
That's the art of
14th
pitching.
game of the year. He did
Is
it
that unreal?
with
But
78
see the
pitches and
efficiency
only
of Greg
15
Maddux
of
because he
them
wasn't a
missed
flamethrower like a Randy Johnson or any of those guys. So.
78 pitches. You just don't see that anymore. You heard Terry. You see 78 pitch innings, not 78 pitch games. You had to go all the way back to 1970, whatever the hell that was.
That's why all the young
1997.
fellas around here saying 78 pitch
Yeah.
games. What is that? They don't understand that. Baseball used to be different.
I do. I
Hey,
understand
hey,
that.
brothers,
Hey,
young brothers.
oh.
I used to see games 2 hours and 12 minutes. I was at a game an hour and 58 minutes of baseball.
I
we were
would
done.
love to see that, but that does not happen
Buck
anymore.
58.
Hey, we got plenty coming up on this show. Mac, where are you going to be tonight right after this show is over?
Yeah, so everybody, I will be down outside in the pavilion area where the big screen is. Down, it's going to be anybody down at LCA. It's going to be great. Where's that? What's the place that they had 65,000 in?
At the Deer District
The
in
Deer
Milwaukee.
I was going to
so-
ask, are going to be more people at the Deer District or more people to see you tonight?
No. It's about they're in the Deer District. There's no time to celebrate. All the most people that are going to hang with me tonight, Terry, are still underground. So we
Okay,
stay
all right.
we stay in the same spots you showed me back in the day. They still
Oh, I
haven't
thought you were going to
infiltrated those.
outdraw the Deer District. I'm trying to give
No,
you a
not
compliment.
tonight. Not
dude.
tonight. Not tonight. We don't want that. We
Oh,
we don't
okay.
want that smushed in yet. But everybody who's going to be there to watch the draft, I'll be down there signing autographs for a bit and just hanging out and hope to meet all the. I know I see it online. A lot of the hookers are going to be down there and. So find Tammy and we'll all say hello, and it's be good to put faces to names and stuff like that.
But
We're
who's
gonna
gonna
save
be-
that for the championship, Terry. You know how
I understand.
I draw
but-
1.2 million downtown. I mean, you know how I did it.
I know how you should roll. But you might get real hookers tonight, brother.
Yeah, well, you know that's
Downtown after dark.
Listen,
Never
bro.
know.
Listen, you
They
talk,
like the draft.
Listen, all the things that I learned was, from you gentlemen, was not on the ice stuff. So, Terry, you told me that because anytime you're on Cass Avenue, you got to be head on a swivel.
Oh, yeah.
Head on a
All
swivel.
right. Hey, jam-packed show today, and of course it starts off with Oklahoma and Texas. They're leaving the Big 12, yes. It's going to happen. Sorry, Fish. Will they go to the SEC? We have plenty to talk about. What will the Big Ten do? How about the Pac-12? How about the ACC? There's rumors there as well. Keep it right here on the hook. You got D-Mac. You got Terry Foster. And you even got me, Tom Aswell, even though I'm not on the new Open.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Right here on the hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Northwestern Tech, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more at northwesterntech.edu, the HVAC school that works for you.
And we're back.
Sean.
On the hook. Woodward Sports Network. The gang is all here. Pilar looking for a wedding ring and Paw, but the rest of us are here, and we're going to talk about the story. We talked about it earlier this week, but it looks like it's happening. People have been writing about it all day, and it has became official about a couple hours ago. You can put that little tweet up there, Alex. Oklahoma and Texas leaving the Big 12 for possibly the Southeastern Conference, the SEC, the home of Alabama, and the rest of the teams there. Now, Pete Themel of the New York Times, the ACC and other leagues also made inquiries to Oklahoma and Texas, seeing if, hey, why don't you join our league? So it's not official what league they're going to yet, but it is. They are getting out of Denver, man. They're getting out of the Big 12.
It's official. We just don't know.
We don't know. Exactly. You know how long they've been working on this?
Over a year.
Over a year.
Fish still calls BS.
Who does?
Fish.
Fish still calls BS.
They're going to backfire at some point.
See, he's not even sold on this. I thought I'd come in today and Fish go, oh, okay, maybe they're setting a difference or precedence trying to get him, but he's not sold at all. He hasn't budged.
I think it's easier to try to get Texas, and because Texas football program is not good right now. It hasn't been in over a decade. They are the Michigan.
They are. They're the Michigan of the Big 12. Yep, you got it.
Overrated, haven't won anything, but still think they're great.
Big money donors.
Right, big money donors.
People that expect first place and conference championships.
Now, here's what you do. I mean, I would still do it if I'm in the Big Ten because nothing official has been announced. Say, Texas. If you go to the SEC, you'll get your asses kicked.
You will.
Georgia's going to rope you. Auburn's going to get you. Alabama and LSU going to smack your ass every time you play. You couldn't even win the Big 12. Come to the Big Ten. All you got to do is worry about Ohio State. You'll get paid.
My question to you, Terry, is Maz brought it up yesterday, and I sort of liked it. Do you think they could, the way that they want to expand the college playoff, but is it even, could they do something like a north, south, east, west sort of big, because of it's wondering because of the name, image, likeness and stuff, would they be able to afford it, but would that separate things a little bit more if you did it that way?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to do something like that. I mean, the SEC is going to be the South. The Big Ten will be the North.
Mm-hmm. Big East, out East.
Yeah,
and the Pac-12
if they
out
survive in the Pac-12.
Right.
I'm not convinced that the
well, you got
Big
the
East,
ACC as well.
Right, the ACC. So, yeah, but you got the football, basically 3 conferences in one area, sort of. The Big East is expanded down south, so it'd be hard just to get the East, West, North, and South. But you can get it pretty close. So you're going to have 4 conferences, I think.
So do you think that the expansion is inevitable of the playoff system, and even because of this, watching teams trying to relocate or trying to shuffle around for all this, that they're
absolutely. Because first of all, there's no geographic sense to conferences anymore.
Right.
Like the Big Ten used to be all Midwest, and now the Big Ten is including Maryland and Rutgers, so they've gone out east.
Nebraska.
West Virginia is in the
Big East.
Big 12.
Oh, they moved to the Big 12.
Right. So that makes no sense. So, yeah, what they're jockeying for is these 4 big conferences are going to get their 4 champions in the national championship series, and there'll be 4 other teams some way, somehow.
Now, here's the kicker, guys. We've been talking about this for a long time. And my good friend Clarence Black brought this up to me a year ago. He says the Power 5, they're going to break away from the NCAA, and they're going to have their own league.
Wow.
I believe that more now than ever, because the littler teams that we were talking about, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, the MAC schools, the whatever you want, the Mountain West.
Yeah.
They're NCAA. These schools, these are professionals. They're going to have their own league. The NCAA and them, they're breaking away.
It's going to prove that even more because the name, image, likeness, where bigger companies and they could fund it because they're allowed to sponsor these teams or these kids, and it'll definitely be interesting.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, so this is my thing on it. So a team like Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, I know that in the past how they want to bring in those teams in the playoff. If they expand the playoff to 12.
Go ahead, you're on.
Okay. When they expand the league to 12, do you think they should add one of those teams into that mix? Or do you think there should be completely separate conferences and it should be like a football commissioner, like people said, a basketball commissioner, have every sport separate?
I think it'll be separate.
And the NCAA is dead.
Yeah, it'll be separate. Do you want to see Alabama kick Eastern's ass 80-0 in the first round? No, we don't want to see that.
It's not fair.
I think what they may do is have a smaller playoff for those teams.
Yeah, like they do at the FSC.
Right. So, and in fact, I'm proud to point out that the Chippewas won a national title way back in 1973 with that format.
Did they?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Is that what made you go there?
No, it wasn't that.
Not the hat you're wearing?
Uh-huh.
What hat is that?
This is Arizona State.
Arizona State.
Only one person in this entire office knew that. That was Maz.
Wow. That doesn't count.
I just noticed it now by the side of the hat.
Well, you look at the side. Yes,
I call it the
other side.
I call it the University of Herman Edwards.
He just looked at this
My mom
and
went
said,
to that
"That's
school."
Arizona State." Nobody knows that.
Well, I know from the other side of your hat. That side. That's their logo.
Okay.
The pitchfork.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Go ahead, Andy.
yeah, so Terry, so the NCAA, so you know how basically college football, the playoffs kind of separate from the NCAA. You think the NCAA is just dead? Or those have just football around their own thing? Like, 'cause I know in swimming they have their own, there's an actual organization that runs. But the NCAA does not, they don't rank the teams. That this is a whole other conference and website does. You think there'll be just separate organizations within those college sports?
Yeah, it could be because the NCAA technically it's not a separate organization. The NCAA technically
it's a nonprofit.
Is the schools.
Yeah.
And we know that's all crap because the schools are always fighting with the NCAA. But I think the big boys are just saying, look, you have too many rules, you have too many restrictions. We're just gonna roll as a semi-pro league, and guess what? The fans will benefit because you're gonna see better football. You're gonna see, obviously the better players are going there. I just think if you just let them go, it'll be better football and it'll be better for everybody. And then Eastern, Central, and all those, they can be the NCAA.
You know what school's really pissed about Texas coming to the SEC? It's Texas A&M.
Well, they weren't
Jimbo
involved.
Fisher.
Right.
They weren't involved in this. If Terry just brought up a good point, if you didn't know it, this isn't this conversation that started last week on a golf course. This has been going on and stuff, and the fact that Texas A&M wasn't involved, and strictly probably because of Jimbo Fisher. And so that's why they're all up in arms and stuff like that.
Missouri and them moved to the SEC,
right?
And now they thought they had their piece down. Now here comes Texas and to ruin the party. But here's what I like: the Big Ten. First of all, you can't sit on your hands. The ACC is not going to sit on their hands either. Matter of fact, Stuart Mandel put out a story. Let's put that tweet out. Check this out, T and family. Should Oklahoma move to the Big Ten instead? Because they have not said they're going to the SEC yet. They just said they want out of the Big 12. Now, you automatically get the rivalry with Nebraska back. And we talked about it earlier. Oklahoma and Nebraska, folks, if you didn't know, used to hate each other. And they were one of the best rivalries in all of sports. And all of a sudden, it just disappeared. Nebraska comes to the Big Ten, and they become a non-entity. What do you guys think about Oklahoma to the Big Ten? Before I even go further than this.
I would love it. Because it's what you have to do when you bring a team into the Big Ten, look at football. Don't look at basketball or field hockey or anything. What is that football program like? Oklahoma right now is a perennial Final Four team.
Absolutely.
Now, they get their asses kicked,
Yeah.
but they're in the Final Four. Because I've been battling with people on Twitter says, well, what about Iowa State? No, Iowa State is not a football power, first of all. I mean, Snyder had a nice run where they win the little 9 games. B, they're in the middle of Iowa. There's
Ames.
Ames, no TV market, nothing there. No, not Iowa State. Oklahoma is
I think
what you need to go
the
after.
biggest thing that what sparked my interest immediately is when Mads brought up Oklahoma earlier, and I remembered as a kid, Oklahoma and Nebraska battling it out like nobody's business, ground and pound. All
Used to
those,
be around Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah,
The biggest Nebraska-Oklahoma game was on Thanksgiving Day,
But-
1971.
But if you're looking for credibility and you're looking for, to Terry's point, perennial, you're looking for somebody that, I don't know, for the ones that care that are Michigan or Michigan State fans, that you give OSU another test, give yourself another test to see how good you are. I don't see as a fan, from my perspective, any negative to it. I'm all for it, man.
We
Check
got
this
one
out.
problem, though, gentlemen.
ahead.
Nebraska's not Nebraska anymore.
No, they're not. I don't know what happened to
They
them.
just, the game passing by. Nebraska was, okay, let's get all these horses and bulls
Right.
from Nebraska.
The big lunch
and-
bunch from the
Terry-
offensive line.
Terry, Michigan's not Michigan.
No, they're
No,
not.
it's not.
But they're
You
better
know.
than Nebraska.
No, but I understand. But maybe that's a little bit of adrenaline to try to get back up. What's the motivation? And I don't know. I always believe that when you play against better competition, it makes you better. So
Check
when
this
you
out,
hang
guys. This is Dabo Sweeney. They interviewed, of course, the Clemson head coach, and he said he'd quit football if players got paid. That was 2 years ago. Now, of course, he says, I was just fooling. But nonetheless, they brought up the idea of Notre Dame and Georgia possibly joining the ACC.
What would you like to see the future hold with Notre Dame joining this conference?
I thought it was breaking news that Notre Dame and Auburn were joining the ACC. Isn't that?
Now,
Georgia and Notre
Now,
Dame
don't
are joining the
say
ACC. Isn't that what happened?
Don't say that.
That's part of the reason we're playing in Charlotte. They were in conversation. I mean, Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia,
Then it
Notre
gets posted
Dame.
on Twitter, Coach. Don't say it. Don't do that. That's
I thought that was the
Dabo
breaking
Sweeney
news.
just said it. It's on TV. It's on tape.
That's
I have
Coach
no
Dabo
idea,
Sweeney.
man. Where that is. I mean, obviously Notre Dame's a great brand, and again, I don't get too caught up in the schedule. So like we're gonna play who we play and just be who we are.
Line 'em up.
Line 'em up.
Georgia week 1, you'll be lining it up here in the Queen City.
There you go, guys. What do you think of that? Because Notre Dame is looking for a home, possibly. Not really, because they have NBC. But if they go to this big playoff, they don't want to be an out-large bid anymore. You want to be in a conference, I think. And, of course, to me, Notre Dame should be in the Big Ten, first of all.
I agree with that. But I think if Notre Dame remains independent, yes, they're going to get their NBC money, but they're going to be shut out of the playoffs. When you play college football, now the goal is not to make the Bluebonnet Bowl, is not to make the Poulon Weed Eaters Bowl, it's to be in that Final 4 or Final 12 or whatever it's going to be. And Notre Dame, they might just shut their asses out.
Man, we got plenty more on this coming up, but we got to take a quick break, Mac. Why are we taking a break? Take us to the break.
We're taking a quick break right now because when we come back, we're going to be with the newest member of the Detroit Red Wings, goaltender Alex Nedeljkovic. When we come back here on The Hook.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
And a 2-on-1 for 4 to Barkov. Coming in, throws it to slot. Nedeljkovic robs Gusev.
Another great save from Nedeljkovic. And that movie, Ed TV. Well, this is Ned TV on a regular basis.
Make sure you tune in. You don't want to miss a save. For the Canes netminder, who, by the way, is on a 4-game winning streak as well.
Benning, checked by Stahl. Crowd lively here, and a 2-on-0. Trennan gets it back. What a save by Nedeljkovic! Oh, and he robbed Trennan. Very nearly made it 3-1. on. What a great save. Nedeljkovic on.
Twist keeps it free. Yandel punches one. Rebound. Huberdeau is robbed by Nedeljkovic. Puck is still loose. Natchez has got to get to it. He does. He gets it out.
Nedeljkovic, this is the cape. I have it.
And without any further ado, the newest member, and what have I always said, guys? This is our goalie. Please welcome on the phone, on the golf course, so we're not going to take much time. Alex Nedeljkovic, welcome to Detroit, my man. I know that you've spent some time around here in the past, but as a four-time Stanley Cup champion, I could not be happier, prouder. I love following you on social media and encourage everybody to do that. How you doing, bud? Welcome to Detroit.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Ned.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
So could you explain to everybody how you found out about the trade or how that goes down from your perspective?
I mean, actually, to be honest, I'm on the golf course now. I was on the golf course yesterday, and my agent gave me a call. He said that there's a deal in works with Detroit, and, a few minutes later, gave me a call back. It's done, and they, I got the contract was offered, and, like I said, I couldn't be happier with how things worked out.
I love it. I love it. Like anybody else out here, so what's the next step for you? As far as obviously you talked to Steve Yzerman, talked to Jeff Blashill, and how do you prepare? What is the next step for you? Obviously, get that handicap down, and we all know that that's so important for a training camp. But what do you do now?
Nothing really. Honestly, nothing really changes for me. I'm just trying to go about the summers and the off season the same way I've been the last few years, and keep doing what's made me successful. Going to the gym a few days a week. I think in the next week and a half here, I'll probably start getting back on the ice and skating. We had obviously a very condensed season this year, so try to take some time away from the rink and just refresh the body and refresh the mind. So, just going to go into this year like any other year. Just going to try to play my best, play my game, and give the guys the best chance to win every night.
Now, Alex, you spent time in the Detroit area, and by now you should know the Red Wings have crazy guys. They've had crazy guys in the team. At some point, if they become Stanley Cup contenders, everybody's going to have to fight, and that includes the goaltenders. Are you ready to pull off the pads and start thumping somebody if necessary? Or are you going to just stay in the net?
No, that's probably the one thing that I haven't done in my professional or my junior career yet is drop the gloves with somebody. So, whatever it takes. I mean, it's never easy to win, and if you got to fight somebody, you got to fight somebody. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, Ned, welcome to town. It's Tom Mazza. We appreciate you coming on. I know you grew up here, the Plymouth Whalers. You were a Plymouth Whaler. You were a Flint Firebird. This is the next step up for you, man. You're a Detroit Red Wing.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I grew, kind of started my not pro career, but took the first step towards it, playing juniors with Plymouth and with Flint, and grew up in Cleveland, just a few hours south of here. And obviously, the Wings, the Blue Jackets were the team to watch in Ohio, but at that time they were in the same division as the Wings, and the Wings were pretty good team. They were almost a little bit of a wagon there. That's 2000, so it was fun watching them. Not so much fun watching them beat up on the Blue Jackets, but I'm excited to be part of a very storied organization, and just hopefully, like I said, continue to or try to get the team back on the winning track.
Hey, we're talking to Alex Nedeljkovic, the new goalie for the Detroit Red Wings. My question is on now your new team, do you have friendships, or have you played with different guys in the past? Have the guys on the present team reached out to you since you've been traded, and what did they say?
Yeah, I've had a few guys reach out. Fabs has reached out. I've seen him at the gym. I've actually, the last 10 years, I've been living in the Detroit area, working out and training, and a lot of the guys on the team have been going to the same gym. So it's been nice getting to know them over the years. And I played with Larks growing up for a year, and with Detroit Bell Tire. So there's a lot of familiar faces in the locker room for sure.
How was your playoff run? I mean, you were amazing in that playoff run. You stole many games for the Canes. What did you take out of that last year playoff run?
Honestly, I try to look at it just as another game. I mean, I think once you start putting a little bit of pressure on yourself to maybe do more, or like try to be perfect, just because it's like there's so much more at stake. That's when you start making some mistakes and you start kind of having these mental lapses and these errors that you don't normally see. And so that was my biggest takeaway, was just, play my game, don't overthink it, have some fun, and don't worry about who's in the building, don't worry about who says what. Doesn't matter who you're playing. You're just trying to go out there and win one game at a time.
I'll tell you, man, when I'm talking to you and I don't see your face in front of me, I feel like I'm talking to Chris Osgood. Mac, does he not sound like Ozzy?
No, his demeanor is. And, a little bit more, as you see Ozzy now. But, so matter-of-factly. But his play, it leads his way sort of like Chris Osgood's. How's the golf game, more importantly?
I tell you, it's not on par with my goaltending. I'll tell you that.
Well, see,
good.
That's we're happy to hear. Don't worry about that, because you don't get paid to play golf, right? You're not chasing the golf career. But on behalf of everyone here at Woodward Sports Network and The Hook, and I know from me and all of the alumni and the brethren of the Wings, congratulations. We couldn't be happier. Good luck to you, and I look forward to meeting you in person, Alex.
Congrats, Ned.
Yeah.
All right, be good.
You bet. Thanks for joining us. You bet. That's Alex Nedeljkovic, the new goalie for the Detroit Red Wings.
See, I thought they were going to draft a goalie, but then
they did.
When they made this trade, I'm
this
like,
guy.
this guy.
But Terry, that's a great point, because somebody asked me this, and I was quick to say, oh, well, now they don't need to. But now it puts you in a position of power if you've done your homework and that guy's the guy, because you could draft it because the competition's the best thing, and then you have a piece. Right, it's like pitching in baseball.
So
you have this piece.
So you wouldn't necessarily take it off the table.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so, because you always know that goaltender. Look, everybody's looking to find that Vasilevsky, that goaltender that can play like that. So you might be able to take it off the table for somebody else in developing him, because it doesn't say anything else. You look at Ned; he signed a 2-year contract, so it's almost like a tryout. It's almost like I was always saying, wait till you get the goalie, because I thought it would be one either you draft that you watch and give 4 or 5 years to come up, or it's one you trade for that is established that you pay the big money to. No. He's saying, here you go. I got the deal here, Ned. Here's a 2-year proving contract. He's got the bag of gold right here, Stevie, saying all you got to do is earn it.
Yep.
And that's
So
it.
you're
And he
saying
could
that-
put somebody else in the mix.
Are you saying that Nedeljkovic is like Jared Goff, in a sense?
I'm saying better.
No,
he's in a
he's
sense.
not a placeholder.
Wait. He said in a sense.
He's not a placeholder,
No.
though.
But listen, he's not in the argument, because I believe that Jared Goff is going to be a bigger impact than what other people believe. So in that concept, yes. But this one's right there, is that he's a legit. He's had his time, played the games last year, showed his stuff. He's just got to build on it to show the consistency, so Stevie can pay him. And then if he does that, if he drafted a guy now, then you got him developed after a couple of years. You got a golden penny that you can deal with to see if you need that defenseman or that goal scorer, whatever. So. Hashtag Wiser Plan.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because
is it Wiser Plan or Iser Plan?
Whatever I say it is.
Okay, just checking.
Iser Plan.
Is
like
it
that
Giannis
better.
or Giannis?
Yeah.
That's right, Alex. I heard that from the booth.
Hey, if I suck, I gotta suck by myself. I'd rather suck by myself. Yeah,
Listen to
I'd
me.
rather suck by myself.
Steve Eiserman yesterday, Brad Galley asked him a question. Why did they trade him? Why did the Hurricanes trade him to you? And he just looked at him and he's like, I guess you got to ask them why they wanted to trade him. I mean, this guy is as deadpan as they get.
No, he's getting more
he
comfortable.
Stole him.
He's getting more. What are you talking about?
Stole him.
Dude, that's
They
25
didn't
years
want
ago.
to-
That's
they
how
didn't
he
want to pay
treated
money.
me.
Listen to me. Earlier today, my man Paul Kukla from Kukla's Corner, your number one stop for hockey, by the way, Kukla's Corner with 2 Ks. He sends me this video from this Hurricanes fan. I take the video. I couldn't laugh harder. I take it. I send it to Alex on the golf course. He writes me back, thanks so much, Maz. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Let's play it for you guys. This is pissed off Carolina Hurricane fan.
costs money. But to find out 5 minutes ago that after years of not having a goddamn goaltender, this franchise finally, through just ass-backwards luck, finds Alex Nedeljkovic, and he comes in, and he's successful, and you don't re-sign Reimer, you don't re-sign Mrazek, obviously, because you have your goalie of the future. You have him. He's Alex Nedeljkovic. He's 25, he's been in your system, won the Calder Cup, and now he's your starter. And what do? You trade him to fucking Detroit for Jonathan Bernier! Jonathan fucking Bernier in a third? What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing?
Say it, don't spray it.
We have nothing! We don't have a goalie! We don't have a defenseman anymore! Never mind we lost Morgan Geekie! Never mind that! We're gonna take Jonathan fucking Bernier! And he's our starter now! Because we have no one else! What are you doing? You're a bunch of fucking liars! Fuck this team! Fuck everything! I bought...
Oh my God.
Emagine.
Wow.
He keeps going and he keeps going. He shows a jersey he just bought with Ned's name on it. He throws that.
That's where it was.
I'm sorry.
How long is the video?
It's a couple, 2.5 minutes. You might want to take a look at it.
Maz, we got something else that you might find funny.
What's that?
Justin in the back took the time to take your outtakes from yesterday during your sports updates. Are you trying to pronounce Nedeljkovic?
I have to remind people when I'm doing these updates for WRIF and CSX, you do them by memory. You got 20 seconds. You got to get everything out. Go ahead, embarrass me.
And before you play it, right? So Maz... And I, to his credit, was trying to be nice because there's about 6 people in this room, right?
Yeah.
But I know for a fact Maz hates people in the room when he records.
I do.
But he was allowing it, so I let it go on for a bit, and then I got up and kicked everybody out of the room. But this was after I was amused. But so I call it the way I see it. Maz was trying to be nice, but this is what happened.
Mac. Hey, it's Maz with your DraftKings Rockin' Update. And into the SEC, and Steve Yzerman pulls off a big deal, trading for goaltender Alex Nedeljkovic. Tigers red hot, winners of 6 in a row, hitting the road now for 6 more games. And Steve Yzerman makes a big deal. He trades for goaltender Alex Nedeljkovic. The guy's name is a killer, man. Nedeljkovic. And Oklahoma and Texas want out of the ACC because they're not in the ACC. They're in the Big 12. They want out of that and into the SEC. Okay, so here we go. And in Kansas City, you stick college football, the Big Ten media day. Yzerman, the guy never sleeps. He made a deal today, shipping Jonathan Bernier to the. I got it though. Michigan's Jim Harbaugh, of course, talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Why am I bringing it up? Red Wings general manager Steve Yzerman makes the deal. Trades goaltender Jonathan Bernier to the Coyotes. Nope, it's to Carolina. I'm going to start with that. Nedeljkovic. All right, sorry, Justin. Trophy runner-up Alex Nedeljkovic. What a great deal for Steve Yzerman. If you want sports, we got sports right here on WoodwardSports.com.
Oh, my God. You should do this every show. What a pro. Yay. Now, Mass, I even helped you out. I made up a little song. His name is Nedeljkovic.
Nedeljkovic.
His name is Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic.
Alex Nedeljkovic.
That is his name. His Alex Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic. There you go.
Oh my God.
Got to throw a little Michael Jackson in it.
Thanks, T.
I fell on the floor laughing, almost choked myself with my cord, and I'm sweating. That is so funny.
Bravo to Justin in the back.
Justin, props, brother.
Let me tell you something. If Justin, he could have my best of from the beginning of that, you wouldn't believe some of the F-ups.
You should just play not the finished product, but all of Maz's fuck-ups. Just every show.
No, Justin, I've seen his working file of all the times that Maz has done the sports update, and he saves the outtakes for moments like this, and I'm glad that he made a compilation for today.
Thanks, Justin. You're aces. Justin Slanik, you're
MVP.
all right, man. You're all right. Hey, we got to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to play you, I'm going to tell you about the new Cleveland team. They were the Indian. They were the Tribe. They used to have Chief Wahoo. I guess he's no good anymore. So they have a new name. We'll tell you about it, and you won't believe who voiced this hype video. Keep it right here. You're listening to The Hook and watching The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Alex Nedeljkovic.
Hey, I like it, Maz. Coast would like it too. Since 1919, they've been around with all the lamps and the headlamps and the knives, and I've seen the Googles. Ellen shared the headlamp. Tammy shared. So today's Friday, and it's time to announce our hashtag HowWeCoast $100 gift certificate winner. It goes to Rob Cod, who said that knife would help with daily chores. So help daily choring yourself. Rob, send your email into Woodward Sports Network. We'll get that out to you. But for the rest of you, go to coastportland.com. Check out the great inventory of all do-it-yourselfers and outdoors, first aiders, everything that you need. Even...
There it is.
Machete.
Oh, you go out into the forest and get dinner with that thing.
Absolutely. Use WSN20 for 20% off. Tell them D-Mac sent you.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Tom Mazoy alongside here. Pilar looking for her ring out in Paw Paw. So we wish her the best on that. She'll be back on Monday. All right, fellas. Baseball. The Cleveland Indians will be no more as of next season. They will be known, well, I'll let the video tell you. Listen to Tom Hanks on this hype video.
We are a city on the rise, forging into the future from our ironed-out past. We are a city of fire and water, of trees and towers, built through generations of blue collars and the brightest scholars, and all of those who have worked harder. We hold tight to our roots and set our sights on tomorrow. And this is our team that has stood with our city for more than a century, from Old Municipal to the corner of Carnegie. A team that has seen its own progress and prosperity. Its history flows like the river through the heart of this city. A history that has given us miraculous moments. Moments that spanned years and others 22 games. Moments that broke barriers and moments that broke hearts. Moments that prove this is more than a game. We remember those moments as we move forward with change. You see, it has always been Cleveland that's the best part of our name. And now it's time to unite as one family, one community, to build the next era for this team and this city, to keep watch and guard what makes this game the greatest, to come together and welcome all who want to join us. We are loyal and proud and resilient. We protect what we've earned and always defend it. Together we stand with all who understand what it means to be born and built from the land. Because this is the city we love and the game we believe in. And together we are all Cleveland Guardians.
There you go. The Cleveland Guardians. As you can see, they kept the D-I-A-N-S in the name. It's Guardians, and they have a winged G now. It's the old winged wheel now, Mac, except it's a winged G as their logo. Tom Hanks, why him? Because he got his first acting gig in Cleveland back in 1977.
Bosom Buddies?
And has been a big fan since then. No, before that,
Oh, wow.
a Shakespearean festival. He's been a huge Indians fan since then.
Okay, is anybody else the first thing that thought of was, man, that puts a new clue, a wheel of fortune for sports teams / movies and Cleveland Guardians of the Galaxy. That's all I was thinking. They say Guardians, I think Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie. So
The little guy looks like Flash Gordon a little bit.
I don't think it's a
From
bad
back in
name.
the
I
day.
really don't.
I don't
It's
think
already
bad,
grown
and
on me.
what they did, right, Maz, is they incorporated. So usually they try to incorporate the name into something. What they did is they really incorporated the Indians, because to me, that is, it's almost bringing that culture and taking it into. And you're a Jersey head.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that it's appealing, right? It's appealing whether you're walking in there, because if you're walking around, you really see the end of it and the symmetry, the way that they did it, and like you said, the end of the Guardians, that's the same as the end of the
Whenever
Indians.
they come up with a new logo or a mascot or something, the number one question, not that it looks good, not that it's going to give pride to the players, is will it sell?
Right.
Will a guy like Maz, who is a uniform and
I'm a Jersey guy,
Jersey junkie, would you buy that T-shirt?
I would. And I have my Chief Wahoo gear at home. And you know what?
Are you going to burn it?
No. I love Chief Wahoo. I never thought he was disrespectful. I'm not going to try to convince anyone. That's just my opinion.
Because you're not going to convince me.
I'm not going to convince you. I know that.
Because he looked like a cartoonish jackass.
I just thought he was a great logo. I really do believe that.
I agree with that online. Ryan Zarzecki says, meh, not bad, but whatever. Hey, you do you. It is Cleveland.
So, T, I'm not going to argue with you as far as...
Argue with them.
Why not?
Come on, man.
I don't want to argue because it's a losing proposition for me.
Friday?
You know what? I tried to argue with Rico Beard one time. You know what he said? He said, Maz, how about if I named them the Cleveland Caucasians?
Yeah, everybody.
I'm like,
always says
okay,
that.
all right, go ahead.
Here's
care.
my point. I got to go to a Operation Push seminar in Washington D.C. Jesse Jackson ran it, and they brought in a bunch of chiefs from around the country. They weren't offended by the name Cleveland Indians. What they objected to was the cartoonish, buffoonish look of Chief Wahoo. Right. So I don't know, if maybe they had been proactive long ago and changed the logo. I know they changed the logo a few years ago, but they've done it way back in the day. Maybe it wouldn't become an issue when we started becoming a culture of change, and they could have kept Cleveland Indians. Maybe. Just saying.
How about, Redskins?
That too.
The Redskin logo was not a derogatory logo.
Did they mention
to
that
you.
one?
To me,
no,
right.
I thought he was asking at your conference.
Yeah, those guys, but they didn't like the name Redskins.
Okay, so yeah, and I could see why Redskins could be more offensive, and I could see it's an understanding. Like maybe if it was a picture of a historical Indian person, that would bring more respect to the that's what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Back
that's
in the day
when they started it until they made a joke of it by Chief Wahoo.
Because maybe a better argument from Rico would have been, what if they call them the black skins or the brown skins? I don't know. And then had some.
Well, the Negro League names. Some of them had. Weren't they the black? What?
They had the black Yankees.
Yeah, the black Yankees. I have a New York Cubans jersey at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's from
it's
Negro
not the
Leagues.
black faces.
No,
because blackface gets y'all in trouble. Don't try putting it on.
Well, yeah, of course.
Right. So you can't call a team the black faces.
Right,
or the
but
black
I wouldn't think that that's a good name to begin with.
Well, and they're saying Redskins is not a good name either. But those guys back then that I talked to were not offended by Indians. They were offended by the actual mascot.
Well, here's the name I thought they should have done. I like the Cleveland Spiders. They were in the league from 1887 to 1899. Check what this hat could have looked like.
Did you get
with the C? Check it out. The C with the web in it. I mean, they could have kicked ass with this name.
But
there's only one name that has spiders, and it's Richmond. That's it. There's no other Spiders. I think Spiders is a great nickname.
It is. Did you get a twig in your peanuts back then?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Alex, that's the first thing Alex says is we walk around the ballpark the other day. Is Maz has a tendency to get twigs in his
I killed a bag of peanuts the other day, and it was twigless. What's up, Andrew?
Question I have for you guys: do you think they should change the name like the Seminoles and the Blackhawks too as we get along with these change of names?
That's the newest. That's the latest thing. They want to get rid of Blackhawks. At least Damian Cox does. Mac, you know Damian Cox writes in Canada. He's very outspoken.
So I go to Terry because were those brought up at the conference that you were at?
Yeah, they didn't like Blackhawks.
Okay.
There were some names that they liked. They weren't bothered by the Seminoles
because it represents a true party.
It's an actual culture, and they thought that they tried to represent them well. Central Michigan tried to get rid of Chippewas, and the Chippewa tribe said no. Yeah, don't get rid of it because we're making money off of that. So maybe the thing is not just to get rid of them. Maybe the thing is to talk to local tribes in your area, see what they say, and if they say we're cool with it, take the heat from everybody else and just stick with it.
How about the team that's on their tail right now, the Detroit Tigers? Now, I've been buying in for a long time here, Mac. I know you can back me on this. I told you, I saw a light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of people said, Maz, you're seeing things. I like what I see. I like what A.J. Hinch has done to this team. Al Avila, maybe his moves are starting to come back. Yeah, we could have killed him for the moves in the past, but some of the players he's brought over are starting to turn the corner. They may have a nice draft. Hopefully these kids will come back next year. They bring them up, and they add a free agent or two, and they're players. They have won 7 in a row. They haven't lost since the All-Star break, 18-9 since June the 20th, and they're 3 back of Cleveland right now for second, outside their 8 back of the wild card. I know it's a long shot, but they're 8 back.
You just want to say wild card. You haven't been able to say wild card and update and when it comes to the Tigers.
I love the wild card.
As I will say this, that you've been chipping away the earliest as far as seeing the ship on the horizon that nobody else could. And I will give you credit.
I've been to a ton of games this year.
That's what I
They're
mean.
Fun to watch.
And because you've put the work in, what do I always say? You know, to get out what you put in. And you've been there watching, and you said it every time. You watch, you wait. And being down there just for one game, but being down there, and you could say just the way they're a fun team to watch. They're entertaining. Even if you're not down at the game, you want to turn it on the radio, turn it on the TV, and see what they're doing. They got entertaining guys. Got a local guy in Eric Haas.
Oh,
they're
I love
fun.
that
They're
kid.
Fun. They got good arms. This could be the precipice for everything else.
Grossman's pretty cool.
Now here's the dangerous part, fellas.
Here we go.
Is you want to be on
Terry,
here?
first, is there any danger considering where we've come from in the past 5 years?
There's a danger in not completing the process.
Oh, okay.
Now,
but up until to the
up
fact
until what
who
we
cares?
see now,
Like
no.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like we come out of the it's almost like you come out of the crap or whatever the surroundings, and you got to a better neighborhood or something. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't as.
I hear you, but the Tigers have always said there's going to be a process and a time to bring in higher price free agents, guys who are that final piece. The danger is this team really good right now where you can start bringing in final pieces?
Right.
Because Alex Avila said, we're not rebuilding, we're building.
They are.
So
they are building.
So do you trade deadlines from this point forward?
Yeah.
Are you buying rather than selling?
I get your point, and I think that
Maybe not yet.
But I think they're closer. Like if you would say at the beginning of the year, oh man, maybe they'll be there 3 years. Now they're closer to probably next year. I think it's too early now because it depends on I think the pitching, they're starting pitching in the Mize, the Mannings, the Scooble,
and the bullpen.
It's
coming.
Funkhauser's been great, but they're progressing better than what I thought that they would be. So hopefully they stay to the process because you're right. Because now it's just, are they building it with sticks or straws, or are they putting the cement down? Right?
Yeah, that's
putting
right.
the cement.
You got to have the structure.
Right.
Alex,
the
you've been watching
foundation.
them as well. What's Alex's addition to this?
I think eventually they'll dissipate out. The injuries are really worrying me. Like, we haven't heard a peep about Matt Boyd. Like, where has he been? Spencer Turnbull's gone for the year, which is really sad
And
to
next
hear.
year.
And next year, yeah, that sucks. Spencer Turnbull is definitely my favorite piece of this rotation. Jake Rogers, who was playing out of his mind, is now gone until September, according to the Message Sports Update. So right now, they're really fun to watch, but, you know, I'm with Mac on this one. I don't think this year is the year. I think next year they should start gearing up for.
I will say this. I don't think I want them to trade a guy like Jonathan Scope right now. I like their chemistry the way they are right now.
I think that, to your point, Maz, that 2 months ago, he was a guy that you're going to look to see what you get back from. But because of the progression and what he means to this lineup and these young guys, I think you're right. And plus, he doesn't break the bank.
No, keep these guys together right now and just see what happens.
It looks like they realize that. And when I say they, I mean Al Avila. He realizes that, okay, because he's been hammered, and I hammer him the most too, but I, like you, I'm not going to say great job yet or whatever because he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Hey, guys, we got to get you ready. All you people out there in Woodward Sports Land, we're going to take you out live to Novi. You know what today is. It is the final for the 25K Kick for Crypto from the Emagine Novi out on the Fountain Walk. Stick, Joey, and the rest of the gang are out there. Let's take you out there for the festivities. This is called the Scene Setter in the business. Let's take them out, Alex. Bring them on up. Let's see the boys.
All right, give me a second.
Do we have that? You know, do we have any video of yesterday?
Jack Fox?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we're going to be playing that.
Oh, we're
definitely going to be playing that. But
so he
we're
did
definitely going to go out there. There they are, Joey.
Yay.
Take
You
it away,
see us,
my
guys?
man.
How we doing back in the studio?
Yeah, let's hear it, Joey.
There's Sammy. Hi,
Everybody
Tammy.
make some noise. We got a chance for one of these lucky contestants. We had about 50 show up. We're down to 10 finalists to be a part of our 25K Kick the Crypto. We got the Jeep Gladiator right here, thanks to Zot M59.
Woohoo!
35 yards away. And which one do you think you can do what it takes to kick this ball into the bed of this truck? Take it.
Hey, Joey.
He looks real nervous
Joey.
right over here.
Hey, Joey, can you hear me?
So come on in closer a little bit so we can meet everybody. What's
All
your
right.
name? Let everybody know who you are.
I'm Harrison, also known as Harry. I'm from Tecumseh. So, yeah, what else you want me to say?
How are you going to be known as Harry? You got no hair on you like I do.
All right.
All right, no, I was not asking you to take your shirt off.
I
You're
will
good.
do that right now. And what's this right here? You know, I got all kinds of hair right here. So, you know, Joey, if you want me to flash, I can
Hey,
flash.
Maz, do you want him to take his shirt off? real
No,
quick
Joe,
before we get
I
started?
do not. I do not want you to take the shirt off, but I want to ask you, who gave you that official football, Joey?
So this football right here, actually, you might see the little lion stamp right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
This is from Jack Fox himself. And this is the ball out of the 10 balls he brought yesterday that hit the bed of the truck, stayed in the Jeep,
Nice.
and could have won him $25,000, but he was not a part of this contest.
I love it. I love it.
So
Who
that's
else you
our
got
first
there?
contestant. Well, this is in no particular order because we got our order later, but we were in a mess right here. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Tammy from Heartland, or Holly. And
go,
shout out
Tammy.
YouTubers. Hey, D-Mac.
Hey, what's up,
man.
Tammy?
What's up, Tammy?
And she is the sole female in this contest. Girl power,
girl
you
power.
got this.
She represents the hook.
And I represent the hook. Yep.
That's it.
Come on in, Vinny. This is our shortest contestant that we have. Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Vinny. I'm from Macomb, Michigan, and I'm ready to win 25K. Let's do
What
it.
are you going to do with this
He's gonna
25K?
win.
I'm buying some Bitcoin, you know, split it between me and the wife, and we'll figure something out and maybe use it for our future house.
Congratulations.
There it is.
Go for it, Vin.
Tell everybody who you are.
Rob from Troy,
And why do you think you're going to be the one that wins this today?
because I'm ready to go to Disney World.
Disney World. There it is.
I am Wyatt from Rochester Hills.
And what makes you so excited to go out here and kick this at a shot to win $25,000?
I've been on a hot streak. I got a raise, got a promotion.
Ooh.
The tickets to the Rocket Mortgage Classic. I won this. I'm on a hot streak.
Okay, so I don't think he needs this prize. He don't need this. He's bragging about how much money he's got. Hide the prize real quick. We go to Fish on this one. Let me know who you are.
I'm Matt. I'm from Birmingham. I'm kicking this one for Fish. I got a new official ball. We're kicking a rugby ball today.
We're not kicking a rugby ball,
What?
but Fish.
Come on, Joey.
This is for you, Fish.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
All right.
What's good? I'm Joe from Clawson, and this 25K is mine already.
Washed up high school punter. I got this.
Oh.
High school punter at?
Berkeley Bears. Go Bears.
Berkeley Bears representing, and we got 3 more contestants left. Let's quickly run
He's been hanging at Ren
Grand
shots.
Rapids. I'm taking home this 25K to the west side of the state.
Attaboy. I'll be over there.
All right.
Good luck, man.
And final 2 contestants we got, you guys.
Scott from South Lyon. I got a 10-week-old at home, so it's nice to.
Oh, he's going for the sympathy vote, Terry. He's going for the sympathy 10-month-old.
He needs some diapers.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't win, we'll get you a couple diapers. Bare minimum. And last contestant, who do we got?
Joey will give you his.
Cross from Lansing, Michigan. Love Woodward. And if I win that money, I'm about to have a 10-week-old.
I like it, my man.
Poor mama.
All right, so here we go, guys.
I think he was implying that he was going to meet mama.
Emagine Theaters in Novi.
All right,
We're
Joey,
walking
take
down
us there.
35 yards. This is 35 yards. We measured this out perfectly, so come on down. Let's go.
This is our 25K Kick for Crypto contest. You're watching live on Woodward Sports.
How long did we
Network.
promote this?
Joey's
About
a
a
hype
month.
man.
No.
A month and a half. I believe we
and a
started
half.
the 17th of June.
Oh,
This is the line right here. 35 yards. First contestant up. Everybody give it up for Vinny.
All right, Vin.
If it's 35, why does it say 25?
25K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Here
it's
we go.
25K, Terry.
There it is.
No good, everybody. No good.
Just
don't
a
be
bit
so
outside.
excited, Joe.
Everybody tell them who you are.
Ryan from Grand Rapids.
Joe,
Give
he's
it up
showing
for
a
Ryan.
little
Here we go.
remorse.
Oh.
Where's your compassion, Joseph?
Almost got a ball throw that in.
Well, that's karma.
Here we go.
Hey,
You got hit, Fish.
by the way, the worst job of them all is Stick back there, who's 35 yards, and he's got to throw the ball back every time. I feel bad yesterday for Jack Fox. He was gunning the balls like 40, 50 yards. So here we go. Next contestant.
Ooh.
Oh.
You gotta watch. It
Love
might have
the
got
effort.
there.
Come on,
All right,
Tammy.
Tam.
Tammy!
Come on, Tammy.
Tammy, woo-hoo, voting report, let's go!
Let's go, Timmy.
Come on.
Get there.
Oh, good kick, Tammy.
I don't like this view. I like the view from where Joey is.
Okay, sorry, man.
Why don't you
okay.
have some words
Jeez,
with
I was
the...
doing a good job here.
All
Matt,
right.
here we go. Next up.
Ooh, sidekick. He's gonna
Oh,
hook.
turn
dude, he
back,
had
didn't hook.
He had... Joey, what was it if you hit the shitter?
It was 180. All right, next up we got Harrison from Tecumseh, guys. Harrison.
This is Harry Harrison.
Oh, he couldn't catch a ball.
Those aren't for catching. That was somebody hucked that
I
too.
see Corey with a K out there.
Yeah,
he's
Corey
there.
McKay's out there.
Wait.
Oh.
Corey Foster? That's young Foster.
All right, we're down to our last few contestants. Scott
gotta
from
get it up
South
in the
Lyon
air.
talking a lot of smack.
Come on,
Since he
Scott.
got here.
Come on, Scott. Bring it home, kid.
Is this the high school punter? Oh, yeah, that's a high school
Hook it
punter.
left.
How much?
All right, this is the
No,
one I
this
have
is
my
the
money
punter.
on today, you guys. This is
Oh, this
Joe
is the punter.
from where South
Okay,
Lyon.
you
this
better
is the punter.
show the other view now, Alex.
No, this
Joe
is the
from
punter
Foster
right here.
Yep, this is the punter.
Is a
Here we
high
go.
school punter from how many years ago? 15. 15
He
years
still
ago.
got it. He still got it.
Sponsored by Ren Shot.
This is rigged.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let's see.
You got a ringer. Probably a shaker. Here we go.
He ain't shaking.
Oh, off the
Oh,
side.
mama.
Like I said, I'll shake it. Ringer! Ringer!
Maybe we should have done it from 5 yards.
This one is Wyatt.
Come on, Wyatt.
Oh, yeah, I like it, Wyatt. Check the win, buddy.
How do you check the win on ground?
Oh, he
Oh!
That's a
Not
Tom
good.
Mazaway kick right there.
I hear Darren Hill.
Ah, D-Hill.
Darren Hill.
It's going out.
All right, D Hill. Get your
Let's
knife.
go!
Hey, D Hill, you better grab a lamp.
That was a Tom Mazaway kick, he said.
I heard that.
Art said he's got his money on me when he called me, so
Art
you
did.
better not been lying.
Art, all right, let's see if Art's boy is going to win it. Ryan the final kick. Final kick. Let's see what happens. No, that happened.
Popped him up.
It's a 10-yarder.
And, ooh.
Hey, he kicked it out of bounds beautifully.
Yeah, it was the highest kick we saw.
Okay, Joe.
They all had good form, but our high school punter got the ball about 6 yards. Everybody else, we tried. That's all we can do. No, what happened to Tom Masway? Hey, Tom Masway, they're calling you out saying that they want to see you give it a try.
I know. Joey, kick for me. Joey, kick one for me.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Hey.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, clap it up for Joey Namo in the studio, buddy.
Come on, Joe.
Oh, hell
no.
No.
That was more of
It
a
got the distance.
It's all right,
It got
brother.
the distance.
Man, I'm surprised you could have missed that.
Everybody that came out here to Emagine Theaters.
Let's hear it for Woodward Sports. Let's go.
Back to you guys in the studio. Thank you all.
Hey, respect, Joey. Nice job, everybody.
Great job out there.
I guess everybody here gets paid next week since they have to pay the
I know.
$25,000.
I know. Hey, when we come back, guys, first of all, we got lots to talk about. But when we come back, we're going to show you a guy that actually kicked it into that truck. And his name is Jack Fox, the Lions punter. It's pretty good. Pretty
No
good.
freaking way.
He
Really?
did.
Way?
You'll see.
He did it.
Keep it right here on the hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the newest Bridge Street Exchange, not only in downtown Fenton, now in the Somerset Collection. Located on the second level, south side, right next to Lululemon and Starbucks, this is where you can get all the hottest barware, or men's grooming products, or clothing, or, oh, that's what you meant. Don't forget they got some cool hats too, and it's a lot of great local Michigan-owned companies that you're supporting.
And don't forget, all under $3.
You're such a loser. But for real, take advantage. 15% off if you come in here. Tell Kevin that Woodward Sports sent you. Or stop!
Hey guys, it's Maz with your MyBookie.ag sports update. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward when you go to MyBookie, and they will match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. Congrats to all 50 contestants that were there today and our 10 finalists that tried to kick it in there for crypto. We're going to show you how it's done in just a bit. Here's your update, folks. Tigers on the road. Start a 6-game road trip in Kansas City. 3 with the Royals, then 3 with the Twins. It's Willie Peralta tonight. Tigers, the hottest team in baseball right now. We got to say it while it's hot, right? 7 straight wins for them. They haven't lost since the All-Star break. So hopefully it keeps going tonight. 7-10 start from Kansas City.
The over's in jeopardy.
The over's in jeopardy. I think it was like, what, 70?
Or the under's in jeopardy.
What was it, 70 or something like that?
66, I think.
Yeah, man, I said the over, and I'm going to collect from Art. Just 3 games back right now, the Tigers are from second place, Cleveland. The Cleveland Indians have a new name starting next year. They will be the Cleveland Guardians. It's NHL Draft Night tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN2. Sabres with the #1 pick. Wings pick 6th, and their home opener Thursday, October 14th at LCA against the back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. The big story today, Oklahoma and Texas leaving the Big 12. It looks like they will join the SEC. We have plenty more coming up on that. For them to leave early, they have to pay $80 million to the league, to the Big 12.
To every school?
Every school, $8 billion. No.
Okay.
Just $80
Fake
million.
news.
Just $80 million,
total.
not $800 million.
Okay, good.
Just $80 million each, though. Opening ceremonies for the Tokyo Games, of course, they happened earlier. Naomi Osaka will carry the torch in tonight for Team USA. Basketball opens up pool play Sunday against France. For more on the Olympics, we go to the fish pool, to the fish. Tank and our main man, Fish, with his USA jacket on. What do you got for me today, Fish?
U.S. women's soccer play tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Is that a good enough time for you, Terry, or is that still too early?
I might watch, but they lost their first game,
They
so
did
I'm
lose
not
their first
as
game.
interested as before.
Well, they're playing New Zealand, so they'll whoop the living hell out of them.
Well, then I'm watching
sadly. Okay.
New Zealand.
What else you got?
I mean, that's really the main thing.
All right, that wraps it up. That's our Olympic update.
They have other basketball, by
I
the
know.
way. You know, they have the 3-on-3 basketball.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. You guys know about that? Go ahead, Andrew.
Some news.
Yeah.
Miles Turner has been in discussions with the Pacers and the 7th pick from the Warriors.
Really? The Warriors will trade to the Pacers? They
go,
have two number ones, right?
Miles Turner will go. They have two lottery picks. Miles Turner could be a Golden State Warrior on draft night.
I love the Warriors this year. We talked about it yesterday. Their odds, I'd bet them to come back next year and represent the West. We'll talk some hoops coming up here in just a bit. We got some NFL news for you. Vikings offensive line coach Rick Dennison's been around for a long time. He is opting out. He's quitting, actually. He's done. He quit the team. He does not want to get the COVID shot. And just a few minutes ago, another coach, probably not the last, Patriots co-offensive line coach Cole Popovich will not be there as well. A decision related to COVID-19 vaccine and the NFL guidelines. NFL says if you're a coach or a staff or anything in the front office, you must have the vaccination. Players, you have the choice still for now. So, and the Saints, Michael Thomas commits the start of the season. He'll have ankle surgery. Davante Adams and the Packers, they break off talks for a long-term contract. Will the Packers be the same without Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams? I mean, they're not going to be the same, but Terry, do you believe those players will play this year for Green Bay?
Aaron Rodgers, definitely not. He'd rather be anywhere but Green Bay. And, you can find him for all you want. Aaron Rodgers made a lot of money. But I think he's looked at the NBA players, he's looked at some of the top stars and just said, you know what? I'm opting out for my team. I don't want to play here. They disrespected me. Yes, I was an ass, but you know what? I'm out here. They need me more than I need them.
You think he said, yes, I'm an ass?
Yeah.
You think he did say that?
Privately.
Okay, privately.
Privately.
Mac, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I think it's a trickle-down effect. And, hearing this and hearing from Davante Adams himself about Aaron Rodgers, the only quarterback that's thrown to him, and they have that bond and stuff like that, and it would, probably affect. And we're seeing that when talks are cut down, lean towards it's leaning towards it might turn into a bigger problem. We hear the term anthills in the mountains, right? This might be one of those things, and Aaron Rodgers is the biggest ant of them all, trying to perpetrate this. And I don't think he's in there saying doing this, do that, do this, do that. But I think that's guys follow leadership and follow winning.
Here's the biggest mistake the Packers made. When you have a superstar player, he's not your employee. He's your partner. Yeah. Green Bay did not make Aaron Rodgers a partner.
Absolutely.
And I know some fans, well, you don't have to kiss this guy's ass. Yeah, you do a little bit. Consult him with things. Don't draft Jordan Love. Get him a little stupid wide receiver that he wanted, and maybe none of this will happen. But, the Packers are thinking, we're good because of us. A lot of it has to do with Aaron Rodgers and the fact that not only is he good, but other players become better because of him and want to play for that team because of him. Now you're saying that he wants out, and then maybe other people are saying, I'm not as into it as I was before.
We're going to find out a lot of stuff, especially about this COVID stuff. I want to bring this up. The NFL yesterday informed teams that if a game cannot be rescheduled due to a COVID outbreak among unvaccinated players, the game will be a forfeit. You take the loss, and the players will not receive their weekly salary. And there you go. I mean, Roger Goodell and the NFL standing by this. I know a lot of people are on this bandwagon, but I think the NFLPA made a deal, and they did not talk to their superstars, because you have a guy like DeAndre Hopkins put a tweet out like this, Terry. Go ahead, Alex. Read it up.
He says, never thought I would say this, but being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in the vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL.
This is one of the top players in the NFL, and there are others. We could bring it back to Cole Beasley. Not a top player in the NFL, but a very good player in the NFL, saying he's not going to get vaccinated either. But if you're not vaccinated, you can't hang with the team.
All right. I guess I have to say, cry me a river, good riddance. Here's all my years in the locker room. Here's what I always hear. Now, whether I believe it or not, I don't know. Anything for my teammates, the team. These guys get shots in their ass, shots in their foot. They don't know what teams are putting in them, but they'll do anything to get on the field. Now, with the one for all and all for one mentality, which I keep hearing is in sports, here's another case where you had an opportunity to take one for the team and you're not doing it. And
here's where I relate it to there's a couple things, right? No matter what issue it is when it comes to popularity, that's the empire is the NFL. Wait to hear what Roger Goodell, wait to hear what they say about it. Wait to see which way they fall on the line. And right here, they've drawn a big line in the sand, and they've put up repercussions for actions. You know, I was talking to a military friend, and when they enlisted in the military, and he served overseas, and he said that he never got sick for 10 years. He said he doesn't know, but taking shots, right? He don't know what he gave him, but he wasn't sick.
Mm-hmm.
So to Terry's point, it comes into even more now, are you in or won't it be in the way? What I got to say is with the league being this adamant about it, because of what it is, it makes you put more stock into it. At least you know that there's a decision that has to be made, right? And you see coaches making it now. You see players making it. We're hearing from the players, right, that have played and have made money and maybe have a other career path ahead of them, no matter how good they are. There's some players out there that are seriously probably have to weigh, their career because they're a fringe player. And to think this is the only way they can make this kind of money, but I relate it to the military. You go into the military, you're going to serve your country. It's that they're going to give you whatever you want. You're their property. So,
and in this case, I mean, you're giving up 3, 5, 8 million, whatever it is a year. This is big money, and I don't want to hear, from these guys a few years. I'm broke because I left the game, and stuff like that. There's a decision to make. Make the right one. See, I can't go to my mama or my wife and say, hey, honey, that nice job I had? I just quit because I refused to take the shot. She would kick my ass up and down Woodward.
So you got to make a decision.
Yeah, you got to make a decision. She'd wait until the damn dream cruise was coming up and down Woodward, so everybody could see me getting my ass kicked because I gave up my job because I wouldn't take a COVID shot.
Whose wife are we talking about here?
Mama.
I thought
wife.
we were
I call her
talking about
Mama
mine
now
or
and
Tom. I mean, it could be.
No, my
it's
wife.
All of us.
Well, no, my wife would do that too.
Of course.
Okay.
Listen, guys. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, I guess the NFL is calling it. If they're making their coaches and their front office personnel take the shot, get the vaccine, then the players should have to do it. That's what they're saying. Now, the kicker is, if Pilar was here, she'd say it's not right, it's their body. It is their body. If they don't want to put a shot or a vaccine in their body, that should be their choice. But you have to play by the rules of the place you're employed.
There's repercussions.
That's what it comes down to. Like if Woodward Sports says everyone here has to be vaccinated, if you want to work here, then you either be vaccinated or you don't work here.
Now, some people might file lawsuits.
But not to the NFL. You're going to sue the NFL?
Not me.
Well, some players do it.
Yes.
What happens?
Somebody will.
What happens if if somebody what's moving forward? What happens when somebody's they're vaccinated and then somebody does get sick? And what is after that? That's when you see the lawsuits, I believe, and stuff like this. But the bottom line is, they're the empire. They've made us. They put a foot in the sand on this. Still waiting to hear from them on Deshaun Watson, but they put their foot in the sand and made it known. And like Maz said, it goes, if you were gonna sign on and you want to get paid to be an employee of this league, then these are the requirements. Just like when everybody else signs a contract, like Maz said.
We got a lot more to talk about. I also want to bring up. Go ahead, Alex. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Sorry to interrupt you.
I can't hardly hear you with these headphones.
Rodgers has inked a deal with the Packers.
No, he hasn't.
Wow.
Yep.
No, he hasn't.
According to Field Yates on Twitter, the Packers have agreed to terms with third-round wide receiver Amari Rodgers on a 4-year deal, wrapping up this year's draft class.
You got me.
Played, young Mazaway.
Yep.
Nice going. And you want to know something? Just honest truth. I saw that about 4 hours ago, and I thought That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
why
the
did
second.
You do it?
I didn't do it. You did it. So look how you thinking like that.
They knew the kid would pick up the scraps.
That's good
Well,
stuff.
I have to give a shout out to someone on I think it might have been Joey or Lions Rumble pointing it out in the chat, so I had to go and check for myself.
The new A-Rod in Green Bay, their little rookie. What does he play?
Wide receiver.
He's a wide receiver. Congrats. Hopefully, for him, the other A-Rods will be throwing to him, but don't hold your breath. I want to talk to you guys when we come back, not only about Ohio, the college football landscape, and I've got a great skit that we're going to play for you. That's what they called it back in the old days. A skit, a funny skit on this Oklahoma and Texas leaving the SEC. But I want to ask you about our friend Calvin Johnson, who was here, 3 weeks, a month ago. And we talked to him and said, hey, I'm glad the Lions got you back in the family. And he's like, no, I'm not back in the family. They haven't paid me my scratch yet, basically.
What he said, what are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, what you talking about, Willis?
Right.
There are people, they put it online, and they love getting the thing going. They like saying, what do you care? It's $1 million, it's $2 million. I want to ask you about that when we come back. You're listening and watching The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Do you know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Hey, guys, it's never easy when you have to shop for insurance. Nobody wants to get it, but guess what? You have to have it because you need it when you need it. Everyone knows that. Why not trust a company that's been around for over 100 years and knows the local insurance market? You got to go to Legacy Partners Insurance. They're independent. They get lots of quotes, and they compete for your business, all these carriers. So if you need personal insurance, between 7 and 10 carriers will compete for your business. That means you get the best price and the best coverage. 50 carriers if you need commercial business. They've been around since 1919, so you can trust them. It's a no-brainer. You can give them a call. Tell them Team Maz sent you. 586-209-4106. Better yet, go to the website. It's specifically for Woodward sports fans. LegacyPartnersINS.com/Woodward Sports. They'll ask for your name, phone number, email, anything you want to give them, and one of our guys will get in touch with you. And all you got to do is give them like your declaration pages, your life insurance, if you want that as well. We got it all covered for you. Remember, Legacy Partners Insurance. Trust them. They've been around for over 100 years.
We have the truck with the smallest bed we can find. What's up with that?
Yeah! Cages
Woo!
Woodward Sports, hanging out with Jack Fox, the punter of the Detroit Lions. And you sure you think you could do this?
Yeah, I can do it.
It is our $25K kick for crypto. We got our ZOT M59 Jeep Gladiator 35 yards away from us, and we're going to give you a chance to win $25,000. Jack Fox, you think you can do this?
Yeah, I think I can do it. The trick's going to be keeping it in the bed of the truck. I think it's going to bounce out, but we're going to see.
Here we go. Let's see what you got.
Oh! Are you serious?
Oh, that's it right there. Oh!
We have the truck with the smallest bed we can find. What's up with that?
Yeah! Woo!
Look at that. Jack Fox, your Lions punter, he nailed it. He good. From 35 yards out. Congrats to everyone
a regular guy now.
Congrats to everyone that competed and called in and wrote in for the crypto contest. A $25K kick for crypto from Emagine Novi at the Fountain Walk today. No one won the championship. No one won the grand prize, but everyone walked away with a Coast knife or a Coast headlamp, which is a great thing. Before we get to this Texas-Oklahoma thing, I want to play you. Terry and Mac, just a quick question to you guys. Does Calvin Johnson have an axe to grind with the Lions? I mean, should he have an axe to grind with the Lions still? Terry?
Absolutely. I've always said the Lions are not a real organization. If you have a superstar player who you want to represent your team in retirement, who you want to say good things about, just pay him his $1 million and let him walk. They did it in Indy with Andrew Luck.
They did.
There's a whole bunch of guys who are high-profile guys that teams say, okay, I know they owe me $2 million or $1 million or whatever. We'll just let it go.
You never hear about those.
No,
they just do
it. They just do the right thing. Why do the Lions need this $1 million?
I don't know.
Because, and you bring up a great point, Terry, because the repercussion in the back end or what that would do to make it right. I mean, like you said, you got to look at it as business-wise. You got to do everything because, as you said, Calvin, he's like waiting for them to do something. They make it right. They're going to make that up 100 times. You know what I'm saying?
And then you don't have this bad publicity.
Right.
I got my guys today on Twitter. We got Ken Brown. We got Matt Derry. You know, they're going back and forth laughing. Hey, Calvin, just be quiet. Forget the $1 million. You already made X amount of dollars. And I always say, bullshit. The Lions, they embarrassed themselves by doing this. They embarrassed themselves.
Terry hit it on the head. Just about if you want to be a class organization, then you have to have that relationship with your when it goes down.
Absolutely.
They did it to Barry too.
Barry,
yeah.
Calvin. We can go back to Kevin Glover, Chris Spielman. Everybody leaves here pissed. And Ndamukong Suh wanted to get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford said, I've had enough. There is something wrong with the brew here. Then people are just like, okay, I've had enough. Get me out of – no, it's not get me out of Detroit. It's get me away from the Lions.
Hopefully Sheila Ford Hamp changes that.
And hopefully
going
Campbell and Brad Holmes.
Hopefully they got the right people in there. I just wanted to get that off my chest. You give the man his money and don't
pay the man his
just
money.
Pay him. I don't care if it's $10. If you owe him $10, pay him. By the way, Herman Moore still owes Joey $10, I think, from back in the day. We forgot to ask him about that.
That's right.
All right, here's what I wanted to tell you guys. Texas and Oklahoma, as you heard by now, are going to leave the Big 12. Fish says no, though. Now, will they join the SEC? Probably. Now, here's a little thing from Reddit. College football, Reddit, CFB on Twitter. Check this little funny skit out. At least I thought it was funny.
We're putting the house on the market.
Where are we moving? Is the house haunted?
No. Nancy and I are retiring and sailing around the world on my boat. We are living the dream.
Well, what about us?
I'm sorry, Robert. We thought that you should take responsibility for your own lives.
And this is the exciting part. We're going to put enough money in your accounts for a security deposit on an apartment.
What's this all about?
More than just money. We're going to get you another kind of support as well.
You're both going to see therapists. Nancy thinks it'll help. And guys, that's non-negotiable.
Hold on. We're not going on the boat. Derek's selling the house. We have to go to therapy?
What the fuck happened?
Hey, look, I know this seems really, really sudden and just sort of unfair and cruel.
But it's non-negotiable.
But it's non-negotiable.
I got a belly full of white dog crap in me. And now you lay this shit on me?
You're adults. It's time you started acting like adults.
Mom?
I'm not backing down, Brennan. Don't even try.
I know it seems hard, but it's the best thing for both of you. We do it because we love you.
Dad, I'm doing this because I love you. Fuck you. No. Bon voyage. Have a great time.
You know what that's from, right?
Was it worth playing?
Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely worth playing.
Maz is like the king of video now.
Two
man.
for two today. I'm actually enjoying myself.
I'm glad. See, I got an angry Canes fan, and we got these
good.
guys talking to their kids, Oklahoma State and Baylor.
If you keep it going, they'll keep you around.
I hope so.
All right.
I hope so. Hey, when we come
Allegedly.
back, I'm going to keep Terry around because this is in his wheelhouse. On this day in 1992, the greatest NBA game was played. We're going to tell you about it. You're watching and listening to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Happy Friday, everybody. D-Mac here. It's not the what, it's the who. And this 8 Mile vodka made in Detroit, born in Detroit. 8 Mile vodka, 90-liter carbon, aerated, filtered for optimal, award-winning, yes, Sip Cup award-winning vodka. Get yourself some today. Check it out. Any Myers store, they're all over the state, or go to a bar and order 8 Mile vodka. But if you do, please drink responsibly.
This is number 18. What do you think of this? Not bad?
Yeah, I don't not like it.
All right. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Tom Mazaway, and the crew here. Pilar looking for her wedding ring, a little vacation weekend for her. We hope that she finds it. And we're going to talk we're going to hear from Dwane Casey, the Pistons head coach, in just a little while. He spent some time with the Morning Woodward show today. He was really cool sitting in that chair that Andrew's sitting in and just chilling. And
He looked nice and relaxed and comfy.
Did. Looks
like he wants to come back.
It does look like he wants to come back, and it looks like he's over the whole the whole Raptors thing, because they screwed him.
Well, that's what he says.
I know.
He can't tell you the truth.
I know.
You never get over
They
it.
screwed
You never. But wait, you may forgive, but I think that what you saw him as is a guy that's forgiven
He's
and
class.
has it in a place with him. But the fact is that you see that again, just like we were talking earlier about what Alavila is doing. And what A.J. Hinch is doing, what Steve Eisman and Chris Draper and the organization are trying to do tonight in the draft. There's a plan here for this Pistons team, and I love the coach because he's such a cool customer.
He's coming along, man.
He's always been a great with these kids, and the fact that when you hear from guys like Rick Mahorn and guys that we have on. Who's our guy? Tim McCormick,
Mark Champion.
Mark Champion, stuff like that, who see that day to day, then I'm happy, and it's cool that he's around this building.
You know what Dwane Casey will never say?
What?
And I wouldn't mind him saying it. He gave me Kawhi Leonard, I'd win it too.
That's right. Amen.
Right.
Amen. They gave him Kawhi Leonard and fired him.
Right. He said he had my man, he's in San Antonio now, always choked.
DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan. You couldn't trust that guy with a jump shot in the playoffs to save your life.
Kawhi won that series for them. He won that playoff for them. I mean, that bucket from the corner that rimmed around and finally went in. Who'd they eliminate that time?
Sixers.
The Sixers. Poor Sixers.
Hey, Terry, I haven't talked to you about it, but what did you think of the NBA Finals and Giannis finally getting it?
Oh, my.
Well,
I'd rather
there's
suck
a couple
by
of things.
myself.
One, I didn't know. I knew Giannis was a good guy, but now he's come off as like everybody's hero. It's hard to root against him.
I love him.
And you kind of love the guy. And so this series turned from this should be Devin Booker's MVP to Giannis winning this thing. And then he gave to Harden. Because Harden.
You mean LeBron?
No, not LeBron. Harden said when he didn't win the MVP that
that
Giannis,
one. Okay.
Yeah. That
he should have gotten it over Giannis.
Yeah, that Giannis wasn't a real player.
Right.
So now that's why Giannis at his press conference says, it was great to be able to stay with one team. I could go to a super team and just do whatever I do.
I thought he was talking about LeBron.
He is.
I thought he's
And
talking about
Harden, and
too.
all of them.
Well,
All
Harden
of them.
was the one that came after him.
I know.
LeBron didn't.
I hear you, but I take that as LeBron because he's a carpetbagger. But that's for another time. Let's go back to 1992 when LeBron wasn't around yet. What a phenomenal game, and it really wasn't a game. This was a tune-up for the Dream Team. The Olympic team was in Monte Carlo, and we take you back to this day in 1992.
Monte Carlo.
Check this scrimmage out. Magic against MJ.
Best game I ever played in. Best game I ever played in. Chuck says, okay, this is what's going to happen. We're going to play it like a real game. We're going to play 4 quarters.
We had me, Scotty, Mullins, Bird, and Patrick, and Magic had his 5.
We gave them the college guy. You can have Christian Laettner. We don't want him. You can have him.
He's just over there waiting to tag in. But it was about pride, and the college kid couldn't help either one of the teams.
Michael Jordan called Clyde out and went at him. Tell him, this is what I'm going to do to you. Fall away jumper, good. What did I tell you? So I said, no, Clyde, you better get him back. You better get him back. Charles Barkley said, I want to take Karl Malone now. So Charles gets it, fall away jumper, good. I said, oh, Carl, you got to get him back. I went right at him, jump shot. You ain't nothing, you ain't nothing. So then I came down.
He never liked to lose. Mike always got that look.
Magic was saying, look, NBA's not yours yet. You know, I'm still here. Mike was like, no, it's over. This is mine. And the funny thing was Larry was sitting on the side going, it's his. Chuck realized the competition aspect was getting a little bit too high.
Killing everybody on our squad.
He wanted to end practice, but Magic didn't want to end because he wanted to keep playing because we just kicked his ass.
How you like that ass kicking we gave you?
No. Come on now.
Well, y'all got the first quarter practice.
By the time practice was over, even Magic had to acknowledge basketball's landscape had been changed forever.
Good job, Steve.
Oh, man. That's 29 years ago today, Terry. Give it to me,
nobody
man.
got to see.
A game that no one saw. Did that game actually happen? It did.
Yeah, it was video. There's
Nice
video
scrimmage.
of everything. Now, the game would have been better if Isaiah Thomas was in it, because then there would have been a fight.
Wow.
Somebody
Yeah.
would have got smacked.
Whose team would he have been on? Magic's?
Yeah.
They kissed. They kissed. I guess he'd be on Magic.
Yeah, but they kissed, but they fought later.
I know. But he's not going to be on MJ's team.
Yeah, well, I think it's more he wouldn't have been on with Scottie Pippen. I see. Everyone says Michael Jordan kept Isaiah Thomas off the team. I believe this: that Scottie Pippen was chirping in Michael Jordan's ear, and Mike would say, "Yeah, you're right." So I think Pippen had as much to do with Isaiah being left off the team as Michael Jordan, because he was like convincing him. Because I just think in the grand scheme of things, Michael Jordan just wouldn't give a shit if Isaiah was on the team. Yeah, he wouldn't like it, but he would accept it. But Scottie Pippen hated the Pistons worse than Michael Jordan, and I think he was the one that was in his ear. And
you see, Larry Bird couldn't even get on the court. He's just waiting there.
Larry had a bad
Larry
back.
was tired. And
I
hurt.
know. I know.
He passed it off.
So you got Larry on one side, and Christian Laettner knew he wasn't getting in.
Yeah.
Larry would have got in if he was healthy.
Yeah.
All right. So who was on MJ's team?
Chris Mullin, Scottie Pippen.
Charles.
Was Barkley on
Charles Barkley.
Charles was on his.
Yeah, because Michael
Charles
and
was on
Charles
his team
were
'cause he was
boys at the
against
time.
Malone.
Drexler was on who? Was he with Magic?
Yeah, he's with Magic.
Drexler was with Magic.
And Malone.
Yep, Malone. Stockton.
Yeah, because Drexler was getting abused by Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm missing one player. It'll come to me. But that was just. I just had to play it 29 years ago.
David Robertson?
What was that?
David Robertson?
Yeah, that's right. D-Rob.
Who's?
Don't you wish you were around for that game?
I heard that's one of the greatest games that's ever been played that nobody has seen. That's all I've heard about. It's one of the most amazing games you'll ever watch in history, but it's never taped fully.
Did you watch The Last Dance?
I watched it, yeah.
How about the other 30 for 30, the Lakers and the the Lakers and the Celtics. Did you watch that?
I watched that one.
That was to me, that's one of my favorites. The Bad Boys.
Oh, that's my favorite one. But
Man, that 30 for 30, they do a hell of a job. I can't wait for the new ones. And you heard our man Calvin Johnson. They're doing a football life on him on NFL Network. I'm looking forward to watching that. Just wanted to take you guys back 29 years ago, but let's bring you back to today, and that's Dwane Casey. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you're going to hear from the Pistons head coach. Dwane Casey sat down with the Woodward sports guys right after this on The Hook.
The ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate. Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand.
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
What's up here on The Hook? Thanks for joining us on this fantastic Friday. Terry Foster, Tom Mazaway. We were just talking about the greatest basketball game never played, but actually was. I saw video of it, and a lot of
played, fellas. It just wasn't seen by people.
Right.
It was a scrimmage.
Exactly.
It was a scrimmage.
It wasn't seen.
And
but,
it was trash
what
talking.
was seen, Maz? You were saying that Coach Dwane Casey was in Woodward Sports talking to The Hook this morning, and he had some interesting things to say, and we were commenting that he looked comfortable in that chair.
He did. He looked as comfortable as Andrew did here. And they asked him about the buzz for Cade Cunningham because he was at Comerica the other night, and we want Cade, we want Cade. You heard it. Everyone wanted to get their picture taken with him, but here's the head coach on the possible #1 pick.
A lot of fans around here. Everybody's got the buzz going about Cade Cunningham potentially being the #1 pick. Right. But I will say the night that you guys got the #1 pick, and Troy Weaver talked about there were 4 or 5 guys you were looking at. It set off a little bit of a firestorm with some people. What are some of those guys that you know? What do you feel about that? What are some of those guys that you are potentially looking at, and how do you feel about them?
And Troy is so true, and I know our fans. We have the best fans in the NBA with the Pistons. You do. And Troy says it a lot. Restore. You know, this organization has seen success, has had success, knows what it looks like, tastes like, feels like. But with that said, you know, they're cramping for, you know, they're cheering for Cunningham and that type of thing. But there's 4 really good prospects, the top 4 guys in Sugg, Green, and Mobley, and Cade. In the process, and you have to go through the process. You have to be true to the process, just like we did to develop our guys this year. And then the basketball guys have a way of riding the ship, whichever way that is, and the best person will come out of that. So there's 4 really good top 4 picks that in any year you could really consider them as the #1 pick. And it's going to be a hard decision by our organization, and it will be an organizational decision. I hope our fans, whoever we get, will continue to cheer. But again, you have to go through the process to make sure you don't leave any stone unturned.
Hey, our good friends that cover the Pistons, Rod Beard included, they talked to Cade Cunningham earlier. I got a couple of quotes here for you. Cade Cunningham on NBA player comparisons. He says, I hear a lot of the Luka comparisons, and I can see it. He said Penny Hardaway, Magic, Jason Kidd are models for him, Terry.
I don't see Jason Kidd because Jason Kidd couldn't shoot.
Ball handling, does he mean?
Yeah, maybe, but you have to have the total package. I hope that he would be more Magic Johnson than anything, but the way he plays, I could see Luka Doncic and Chris Middleton a little bit in Milwaukee, right? So, but he has to be play at a higher level than Middleton because he has to be the guy here, or if he's not worth the #1 pick.
Rod asked him about how do you play without the ball. He said, I could play wherever I get placed. I'll find ways to be effective and impact the game for my squad. When I get into training camp, I'm going to go in and play my game and be made. That's what he says. He also talked about the top prospects in this class. He says, I've been saying for a long time that we have one of the best classes in a long time. I appreciate that we've all been pushing each other throughout. And he says, I just want to be able to provide for my family. This is one of the craziest things ever. I mean, these kids didn't even get a chance to have their NIL, their name, image, likeness money. Like we talked about this kid yesterday. What's his name? Mikey Williams?
Yeah.
Mikey Williams, Terry, you weren't here yesterday, but we brought this kid up. This is a kid that's in high school, and he's already set. He signed with an agent. Elite, I think the name of the agent was. He's set to make 7 figures already. He hasn't even made it to a college yet.
But see, here's the thing. It's not whether you can play or not. It's whether you have Instagram followers, Twitter followers, and you can play a little bit. If you can get on the field and have all these people still follow you and want to participate in your life and buy your products, you're in. You don't have to be Magic Johnson. You don't have to be Cade Cunningham.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, the world is just changed.
They're getting paid before they're becoming pros now. It's going to be different. This is going to be a big change in sports, man.
Well, isn't it weird that it looks like, because usually in college sports it's the football then the basketball that leads the way, but in now the name and image likeness, it's some of these individual sports athletes, maybe a gymnast that we've seen, because of what Terry said, these YouTubers, the individual that can get this money, it's almost like the reverse money has been brought. Instead of all the big teams, the men's teams bringing, now it's almost like the women and the people that have gotten social media down to what Terry said is have the followers is what
right,
it is.
and we're looking at all the big money people, but I think if most athletes, they say, if I can get $500 or $600 a week or a monthly stipend or something, I'll be good with that.
That's
until they see someone else making 10,000.
Well, yeah, but you got to understand where your place is.
From nothing to get something and be happy with what you got, little piece of the pie. That to me, that with athletes in your area, you can look and maybe help them out a little bit and give you some of your returns. Like say if you have a lawn service or something, and you see a kid, promoting your lawn service. Who knows? Like, I think we'll have to wait and see, but there's going to be money being made by somebody.
Hey, Cade Cunningham goes on. He says, on the city of Detroit, I love Detroit. I've already been listening to the Detroit music way before the lottery. It's a city that has a lot going on, and getting a sports team rolling will be a huge for this city. And playing for the Pistons, if I'm able to go there and be the #1 pick, I'll carry the same Detroit swag when I go out on the court. So we'll see. Next Thursday, 8 o'clock from Brooklyn, the Pistons are on the clock and looking to take Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State.
What my problem is with Dwane Casey and every coach and general manager in the history of sports, you could have a draft where the #1 player is Magic Johnson and the #2 basketball player is Tom Mazawey. And they were both saying, well, we got to evaluate, that Mazawey, he's got a fat ass and he can get into the lane and be dangerous. We don't know who we're going to pick. They always do that.
I know. Instead of just saying, we know who would take it.
Is Cade your guy? Is that the Pistons guy, you think?
He was at the Tiger game. Cade's the guy. Yeah. I didn't see Suggs or anybody else at the game. Did you? No. That's who I saw.
Did that. There's a one-trick pony here. That's who they're taking. So Dwane Casey earlier today, like I said, he was on with the Morning Wood guys. He talked about that Pistons starting 5 right now. They're pretty good.
One thing too, let's always remember, we have, like you guys have mentioned, we have a solid foundation of young guys. Whoever we pick at that first pick is not going to come in and supplant Isaiah, Sadiq, and Jeremy and the young guys. We have that. It's going to be a piece of it won't be the puzzle. It'll be a piece of the puzzle as we grow forward. And it's exciting to have the #1 pick to come in and say that this is going to be a piece to go with the young guys we already have.
Not bad. You got Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey already on the all-rookie team.
You know what you got to do in a situation like that if you interview him? Ask Tell me the starting 5 next year, and maybe he'll slip up and say, Sadiq, Cade. So, whoa, wait a minute. So you are gonna take Cade?
Now, my question to you is: if he said Cade, would you call him out on it, or will you let it simmer and bring it up when he left?
Oh no, you gotta
hammer him down. So you said
yeah.
Cade. So could be throwing you off. Maybe he's throwing you.
He could be.
Okay.
But why would he come on and lie?
Terry, let me ask you about a kid they took a couple of years ago, Sekou Doumbouya. Young kid.
That sounds like a nursery rhyme, and I say Giannis for Giannis, and he said, say it again, Maz.
Sekou Doumbouya.
Okay.
Doumbouya.
Yeah, we got to come up with a song for him, so he'll remember.
Doumbouya.
I'll just call him Sekou.
Doumbouya.
What do you think? What do you think of Sekou? Is it put up or shut up already?
No.
It sort of is, because and it's your fault.
Yeah,
my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault because you're
fault.
young. Young people don't allow things to prosper, to
Bake.
simmer, to
Permeate.
bake. Right. Y'all, it's like, okay, if you can't do it in 3 years, get them out of here. Me, I would say no. It's not time to put up or shut up, because I'm used to guys coming in, baking, and becoming players. But you guys like, oh, we got to do it now. We got to do it. That's your fault.
No, I have a. This is so I'm on the same level as you.
All right, don't be scared.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
We see. I think the reason why they drafted Doumbouya is they see the height and they see the future. What Giannis is doing right now. Did you see that when they drafted him? Like, oh, he could be Giannis. Did you see that out of him, or you think he can? If he gets muscle and he gets bigger and he gets more PT, I think he needs more PT. If he does that and he grows, I think he could be that guy.
I never viewed him as being Giannis or a guy that's leading you to championships as the lead dog.
Yeah.
I saw him as a number 2, number 3 guy, sometimes even a role player where at times, okay, I'm just going to block shots and rebounds. Sometimes I'm going to score, and sometimes I'm going to run the floor, and somebody else has got to get me the ball, and I'll dunk it. So I never saw him as a lead sled dog, but a very good player.
How about Alex Nedeljkovic?
Can we play that again?
No. Anyway.
It's Nedeljkovic.
Okay, here we go. Anyway, there's one more we want to play you from Dwane Casey today, and it basically was the final question of the interview. And they just said, what's your message to Pistons fans? I know you love this, Terry.
I kind of want to end on this note of you just leaving a message to all the faithful Detroit Pistons fans.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing about it, trust the process. I know that sounds cliche-ish. You know, we've heard it before, in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
we don't want that long process, but, we have to go through the process of scrubbing down the prospects that we have on the table, whether it's the first number 1 pick, the second-round picks. We would be shortcutting everything if we just said, okay, let's go dive in with one guy. Totally understand the passion, love it that the fans have for these players, but we have to go through it and trust it, trust Troy, trust our scouts and the rest of the organization that we will make the right decision, and whoever that number 1 pick is, when you get the pom-poms out when we bring them in town on the next day for the press conference, and let's go Pistons.
Yeah, no matter who you guys draft, you've already proven that we can trust you guys.
Yes.
That's the main thing. I think last year's draft really laid the groundwork that, hey, Troy and Dwane know what the hell they're doing, so trust them. Trust them.
Well, and I want to say one thing, too. Let's always remember, we have, like you guys have mentioned, we have a solid foundation of young guys. Whoever we pick at that first pick is not going to come in and supplant Isaiah, Sadiq, and Jeremy and the young guys. We have that. It's going to be a piece of it won't be the puzzle. It'll be a piece of the puzzle as we grow forward. And it's exciting to have the number 1 pick to come in and say that this is going to be a piece to go with the young guys we already have.
I just think of your starting 5 potentially next year, and I'm throwing Cade in there
Okay,
like we automatically already
go
drafted,
ahead.
but you have Killian, you have Cade, you have Sadiq, you have Jeremy,
Grant.
and then you have Beef Stew. Like, that is a solid starting starting five.
Yeah, and you still have Frank Jackson still there.
Yep.
Hamid Diallo's. Both those guys are restricted free agents. We still have to sign, but those guys are on the table too. So you adding some young talent again. It would be another step to get to where we want to go to. It's not going to get us to overtake Brooklyn and Philadelphia right away, but they'll be able to feel us coming behind them.
I love how you didn't say the Bucks.
And the Bucks. There you go. The Bucks. See, there you go. That's but they're going. All those teams are going to be right in the conversation.
Yeah. All right, can I be mean for a second?
Of course, you are mean.
All right. I mean, Stick, love the guy, but he said, Coach, you guys have done a great job and everything. And let me just name all these little players, and I'm so happy.
They haven't been in the
I'm a
locker
big
room,
Piston
Terry.
fan.
They haven't been in the locker room. That's why. They're youngsters.
All right. I'm just saying, man. They just
Terry, Stick always does that.
Tell him what
Stick always does that. He's
know
over there.
You know what?
He's in the same seat you are in the morning, sucking off the Tigers because of how good they're doing. I'm not one of those people to do
Hey,
that.
Alex, if you do not clip that, I better have that.
And I know he'll say, no, I'm actually not.
Now, we have to remember, Stick
for
carries
me, he is.
this little knife right here, so we got to be careful.
He does. He does. That is very true.
No, Coach, you just done a great job. I'm so happy to be a Piston fan.
Wasn't it nice to have the coach here in studio?
It was.
Don't suck off a Tiger.
It was.
Next up, Jared Goff. We got to get him in studio, right?
Hey, you know what, Maz? I wanted to say, because I heading straight down here, and I know, Alex, you're going. Who's going down from the network?
It's going to be me, Easy, and Anthony. So
right on.
Yeah, if you happen to see me or Easy or Anthony come to us.
No, I'm not going to pretend I know you.
Well, no, I'm talking to the hookers.
Oh,
tell us what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, what are you going to?
Yeah, dude. The draft party.
Thank you.
At Little Caesars Arena. So if any hookers are there and you see us, please come up to us, give us, say hi, and we could use you could be on our Twitter. Give us some content. I don't know.
There's gonna be some hookers there.
Yeah.
They might give you a discount, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's in the district. Keep a head on.
Let's
the
go,
Anyways,
hookers.
My prediction with 6 overall tonight, and this goes along with the puzzle, will be William Eklund, the left winger out of Djurgården, which will put the left-handed spice to the Lucas Raymond first round right-handed skilled Swede. Stevie, I believe, likes this talent, and he said himself in the presser is that we're going with the best talented guy. I believe that's where they're at right now. So that's who, if you're going to put your money on, I think Eklund falls to them, and they'll be happy because it works.
I don't think they'll take a goalie, though.
Maybe later.
It's a bold prediction.
Maybe later.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think it's 6.
Thomas Grice going to be a good teacher for Ned?
Yeah, he's definitely solid. Last year, Grice's record doesn't. If you watch the
They didn't play good in front of him. We used to talk about that.
They didn't score. They didn't play good in front of him. I mean, it was a joke. You'd watch games and the pucks have put, but he played well. And yeah, he's a true professional. And it speaks as much about him being protected when Stevie didn't have to protect either one of them in Bernier. And then you look what he's done. I think both of them did a heck of a job. Bernier did a great job while he was here, but now Grice and Ned, it's their nets. And, when you have your goalie situation solidified going into training camp, that's a blessing.
No doubt.
Hey, D-Mac, they had the expansion draft of the Seattle Kraken better than the Wings already.
Yeah, it's close. It's close, but because they're more seasoned. They don't have to go through the learning process. A lot of these younger guys will have to go through, and even as more cider. But in the long run, I think we get there quicker.
Did you see Marshawn Lynch do their #1 pick the other night?
How funny was that?
Callie, yo. Call me if you want me to pronounce your name differently, yo. Anyway, that was Marshawn Lynch. It wouldn't be a show without Me Gusta, No Me Gusta. And the scoop. The Big 12 is about to lose their 2 bigs. Texas and Oklahoma are bolting the Big 12. So my question for you guys, the Big 10 should get involved and go after Oklahoma and Notre Dame. Mac.
Me gusta. Let's have some conversations and see what it brings up. I believe more competition makes you play better, so that just bodes well for the teams that you like in the state.
I think yes, I agree with that. But the main thing is bring in more than competition, bring in prestige, bring in notoriety, bring in teams that are going to garner some publicity for your conference. Oklahoma and Notre Dame will do that.
Wow, that would make them, they'd be right up there with the SEC within a couple of years.
But they'd be closer.
After Nick Saban retires.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course. If that doesn't sound like it's or look like it's going to happen. He looks like a
Does he have 8
young
years
kid.
left on his contract?
Would he?
Why would he?
He's running.
Exactly.
Because you get
He's
old.
created everything that he's ever wanted.
Alex, how about you? Oklahoma and Notre Dame to the Big Ten.
Me gusta to Notre Dame just because it makes sense with the location and the playing style, and plus the Michigan State basketball team likes beating up on them. But no me gusta Oklahoma just because
So selfish.
they scared me in
Yeah,
football.
but look it.
Don't
he's
be scared.
selfish.
They're supposed to scare you, brother.
Yes, darn
supposed
it.
to make you
wanna be
better.
Scared makes you better.
You're not going to bring in
Soft shoe.
North Dakota State.
Right, but
Bring in somebody that scares you.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I agree with Alex.
hey,
I think with the travel and the players, I don't think it would work. I don't think Oklahoma and the Big Ten would work. I think they're good Pac-12.
Oklahoma, Nebraska. I told you. I tried to teach you. That was the rivalry.
Let me educate you on something. They've invented something called the airplane. And the airplane goes way up in the air, and it flies really fast.
Which I was on an airplane a week ago. It's pretty good.
And you can get from Oklahoma to Michigan in 2 hours.
Hey,
How about Oklahoma and the
2 hours.
Rutgers?
no.
Rutgers shouldn't be in the Big Ten.
How about Maryland?
I agree with that.
Maryland shouldn't be in the Big
no,
Ten.
they shouldn't.
Should it be the ACC then? Where should
Yes,
Rutgers
Maryland
be?
should be an ACC.
Man,
Rutgers is Big Ten now.
Why should Rutgers be but not
Because
Maryland? They're
because
basically
they're
next to each other.
They're a New York team. You want
they're
that New York.
University of
They're a Jersey team.
You're from New York, right?
They're from Jersey.
How about
Okay,
Syracuse?
But you should know this better than anybody. Don't be, trampling or pairing into bullshit
Mac,
that
your
other
excuse.
people do. People in New York don't give a shit about college football.
That's because we didn't have a college football team.
Okay.
I grew up a Michigan fan.
But do you think people in New York City are like, oh, let's go to the bar and see Rutgers play? Hell no.
Or
And you know
Syracuse.
what?
Greg
Thank you.
Schiano is putting Rutgers
Back
on the map.
next week,
No,
Pilar
do you
will
know-
be here. I will not be here Monday, and we all hope
You're off
that you
Monday
have
again?
a weekend. I
Tia,
got
I need you
calls.
on Monday.
There you go. Anyways, for Alex,
Thanks
for
for the
Andrew,
announcement.
for
If-
Fish,
if-
for Maz,
if people-
and for T. Foss. Listen
Carry-
to
keep
him
talking.
preach.
Carry this
No,
on.
I'm
you.
just saying, he should know better.
You
Shame
should
on you.
know better, but now you know what I deal with on a daily. Anyways, love you guys. Deuces. We're
Have a
outta
nice
here.
weekend. Terry, thanks for
Be
coming.
good. Hey, thanks for
Terry.
having me.
Welcome to the Hook.
Hey.
Capon, what a save! What a save! A catapulting save, locating with the eyes, and then just getting the glove on it. Nedeljkovic on Hoover.
Puck hammered in there by Brady Shea, far side of the ice. At the point, it's a break here. Domi moving in.
Hey, it's Maz with your DraftKings Rockin' update. And into the SEC, and Steve Yzerman pulls off a big deal, trading for goaltender Alex Nedeljkovic. Tigers red hot, winners of 6 in a row, hitting the road now for 6 more games. And Steve Yzerman makes a big deal. They trades for goaltender Alex Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic.